What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Wasssup, replaced day with a 4, and I'm here with my WWE SummerSlam 2017 review for you guys. And man, I don't know, man, that ending to SummerSlam was so anticlimactic. If you saw the pay-per-view, you know, but if not, I'll tell you when the time comes. Let's get into the show, because it was at one point. There's at one point in the show where I just couldn't even pay attention to it. It was so terrible. But let's get into it. So let's start from the pre-show once I open up my notes. So the first match we on the pre-show, The Miz and the Miz Taraj versus the Hardy Boys and Jason Jordan. The Hardy Boy. No. The Miz Taraj won that match. It was a nothing match. I was doing laundry when this match happened, so I was barely paying attention to it. The next match we ended up getting was Neville versus Akira Tozawa for the Cruiserweight Championship. Another match I wish I could pay attention to more, but I was, like I said before, I was doing laundry, getting ready for school tomorrow, so I was essentially not paying attention to it that much. Neville ended up winning back the title, so I see what they're doing. Maybe, you know, give Akira Tozawa his moment. You know, he thinks he's on top, and then Neville's right there to reclaim what was his, which is the Cruiserweight Championship. And honestly, I feel as though Neville should hold that title until they fix the Cruiserweight division, because you could, like, there's nothing against Akira Tozawa, but I feel as though Akira Tozawa has been made off of 205 Live, and not everybody watches 205 Live. So I feel as though Neville should just keep the title until they fix what they need to do for the Cruiserweight division, so that when Neville loses the title, you feel as though it's okay for him to lose the title, because what's happening next is good. I can't really think of what would have happened had Neville lose the title and then was next, because Neville was most definitely not going to be on 205 Live and become like take a backseat to the Cruiserweight division, like say Brian Kendrick, TJ Perkins, Rich Swann, all former Cruiserweight champions, might I add, and they're all just people on 205 Live. You don't see them on Raw, because only the Cruiserweight Championship matches presented on Raw. So yeah, that honestly, it's good that Neville is winning the title, and that gives Akira Tozawa, you know, kind of that chase story, gives him more of a Rocky Balboa comeback story thing. So the next match we end up getting, which is probably one of the best matches on the show, and they put it on the pre-show, we had the New Day versus the Usos with Big E and Xavier Woods in this match. And man, this match was good. I don't know what happened, but if you told me that these two were facing each other last year, I mean, they did face each other last year at Royal Rumble, but if you told me they were going to be having incredible matches, I probably would laugh, not because I don't think they would do it, but the way the Usos were presented at the time, I didn't think they were too cheesy. I didn't think their feud was going to be any good. I thought it was going to be terrible. But man, this feud has been probably one of the best feuds on SmackDown Live. It's keeping me watching, and these matches are amazing. The matches they've had have been great. The false finishes were fun. You know, it was points where you thought Usos were going to win with the splash. I literally almost thought the New Day were going to retain with the Midnight Hour, and then I believe it was either Jimmy or Jay broke it up, and I was like, wow, that was good. Let me also start off by saying, man, Xavier Woods is underrated, man. I swear to you, that man can go in the ring. If you saw what happened, if you also notice, he's been in most of the current New Day matches since they came back. It's always been him, and whether it's Kofi or Big E, like, Xavier Woods can really go. I don't know what it was for him to unlock his full potential, but this man can go. Oh my goodness, the knee hits he's been hitting on them, the rolling elbows, you know, when he tight ropes, basically jumps off of the top rope, literally the top rope, not the turnbuckle, the top rope. That is amazing. He can literally hold his balance. And Big E, you know, he's very powerful. It was a lot of big moments, big spots. It was one of my favorite parts is when everybody is just destroying each other on the outside, and then Big E just does his spear to the outside, and it was just like crazy. But the ending of this match had the Usos take out Xavier Woods, then they took out Kofi Kingston, who was just at ringside for this match. After that, New Day, it was just Big E, and they did one. Big E had took the straps off, so you already know when the straps come off, it's go time. So he was about to set up for the big ending, and then one of the Usos tagged the other, and then they just went Young Bucks mode, super kicking Big E like crazy. He got hit with one super kick, another super kick, double super kicks. Then both of them jumped off of the top rope and splashed on top of Big E, and they won back the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. Now I said that New Day were gonna retain in my prediction videos I did with the homie Zack Attack. Look it up. I said that New Day were gonna win, but I think I said I don't even remember who I said. It was either Usos or New Day, but by the way the Usos showed how much that title affects them, because you saw how aggressive they got towards New Day. You saw they tried to kill the New Day because they took their championships, and now look at them. They're back as champions. Everything is holy. Honestly, I like seeing New Day be more of the chasers now this time than anything else. So this should be fun to watch, because these are like the top 2 tag teams other than Breezango, who really are more video package than actual wrestling. But you have these are the top 2 tag teams on SmackDown Live. So we gotta make some more tag teams, like, possibly bring up the Authors of Pain, because, they just lost the tag team titles and ain't nothing else for them to do. Have New Day chase the titles, do something, develop more tag teams so we can continue to have new feuds, refresh and everything like that. The next match, we open up the show for the first time in years, I think, like maybe last year, but that Cena and Baron Corbin opened up a pay-per-view. First of all, Cena opened up a pay-per-view. But the thing with Cena is last time he did it was No Mercy, but that was like a last-minute switch because they had to go against the presidential debate. But when was the last time John Cena opened up a pay-per-view? I think maybe WrestleMania 20 for the U.S. title against Big Show. But come on now. Cena opened up a WWE pay-per-view in the modern era that he's like been on top of. So the match between him and Baron Corbin was it was pretty boring. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't really exciting. It was kind of back and forth, but Cena, see how Cena does. He gets beat up for a long time, comes back, does some stuff, does maybe one incredible move, and then Baron Corbin was just there, and Cena ended up beating Baron Corbin with the AA, breaking his 6-year SummerSlam losing streak he had. Man, that I don't understand what happened with Cena. I don't know, man. Like, Cena used to put on good matches even when he was a part-timer. It showed last year. At last year's SummerSlam Cena and this year's SummerSlam Cena are 2 different people, because last year's Cena, him and AJ Styles put on a clinic. They put on a great match. You saw Cena do incredible things. In this match, he's just like, yeah, I'm John Cena, whatever. Yeah, this match was whatever. It was a whatever match, and apparently Cena's going up to Raw tomorrow, so he's gonna be part of the Raw roster, and then we'll see what happens from there. Baron Corbin, I don't know what they're doing with him now. First they gave him the Money to Ring briefcase, then he loses it, then he loses to Cena. Maybe this can build an aggressive heel out of Baron Corbin because he's tired of losing. So the next match we ended up getting was Natalya versus Naomi for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship match. Now this match, it was alright, I guess. I mean, I really can't describe this match in particular, because it was like I was watching it, but I wasn't moved by anything. I was honestly more concerned about Carmella cashing in and seeing if she was going to do it during the match or after. Naomi did alright. Natalya did alright. Natalya ended up winning with a sharpshooter, by the way. So we have a new SmackDown Live Women's Champion in Natalya. And I was thinking, oh, if Naomi's going to lose the title to Natalya, are they really going to give Natalya a championship reign? And I thought Carmella was going to come out, cash in, become the SmackDown Live Women's Champion. Boom, big moment, because that's what I predicted. I predicted that Naomi was going to win and Carmella was going to cash in the Money in the Bank. But apparently they didn't. They're holding out, I guess. I mean, it would be a big moment to do it on a big pay-per-view like SummerSlam and not like Hell in a Cell, But whatever, WWE does what they want. And honestly, I'm kind of eager just to see what Natalya does with the championship, because Natalya hasn't been really that interesting on the main roster as of lately, so I don't know. The next match this is a pre-show match, but they put it on the main card over New Day versus the Usos, which was probably one of the best matches on the card. We have Big Cass taking on the Big Show in a regular match, but WWE got to sell these shark cage playsets. We put Enzo Amore in a shark cage. Good job, WWE. Y'all really hit it on the head this year. So the match happened. I didn't watch most of it because I wanted to go get something to drink. When I came back, nothing really happened. I can really just tell you this. Enzo Amore slipped out of the shark cage, got the big boot. Big Show got 2 big boots, I believe. And then got an elbow drop, and Big Cass won the match. Yeah. We're selling tickets, right? WWE wonders why they have to make budget cuts and cancel network shows and all this other kind of stuff because their numbers aren't where they want it to be because they do stuff like this. Yeah, so that happened. Hopefully Big Cass can go on to doing something better than this because this was not good at all. So the next match we ended up getting was Randy Orton versus Rusev. And I can honestly describe you the whole entire match. Randy Orton comes out with the hood on. I think he's going to be the new meme, you know, because Hoodie Mello has been running wild on Twitter apparently. So now WWE, I think they saw that and they made Randy Orton Hoodie Randy Orton because he came out with his hood on. And then Rusev attacked him during his entrance, beat him up, destroyed him. And I saw this coming from a mile away after. So then once the match started, Randy Orton RKO's Rusev, 1, 2, 3, wins the match. I saw it coming from a mile away. I really saw it coming from a mile away. This, I don't know what WWE's doing with Rusev. You know, we got to have these up-and-comers like John Cena and Randy Orton. We got to have the young upstarts get the big victories on the big stage. So the next match we ended up getting from this, we had the Raw Women's Championship match, which was Sasha Banks taking on Alexa Bliss. And this match was cool. It was kind of cool to watch. I can't really describe this match in particular because I was watching it, but once again, I really wasn't moved by it. Almost that just seems to be a really underlying theme of this pay-per-view. I watched it, but I wasn't moved by it. It didn't do anything for me. Sasha Banks ended up winning the Raw Women's Championship from Alexa Bliss, and I'm happy she won because Alexa Bliss's reign, let's be honest, her reign has not been good as the Raw Women's Champion. But honestly, Sasha Banks hasn't been good on Raw ever since they turned her into a face. Yeah, they like she's had good matches with Charlotte and stuff, but just the way they present her is just terrible. We didn't get anything with Nia Jax because they don't care about Nia Jax apparently. I don't know, man. This is what the women's division has came to apparently. We have good matches on NXT because last night we had Ember Moon versus Asuka tear the house down. And then we have this match and yeah, it happened. You know what I'm saying? It happened. It wasn't special. It happened, but I don't know what's next. We already know they're going to get another match at No Mercy. Yeah. Raw, Monday Night Raw, WWE. So the next match we end up getting after this, we got Finn Balor in his demon form versus Bray Wyatt. And this match in particular, it was alright. It was quick to me, but the one thing they got right, which is I'm happy WWE probably notices it, character development. So we have Finn Balor come out in his demon thing. And the thing with Finn Balor when he's the demon is, he's the same person. Like, he doesn't show any difference between his regular persona and his demon persona moveset wise. He does the same thing. He just has on face paint. This match, Finn Balor was way more aggressive. He did more taunts and stuff as the demon. He did more in this match as the demon than he did in the regular match they had on Raw. There's differences in there. But of course, you know, Bray Wyatt won on Raw. You already know Bray Wyatt's not winning big matches. So guess what happened? Finn Balor won. After Bray Wyatt had did his little taunt from upside down, Finn Balor rose up like the Undertaker almost, stood up, hit the sling blade, he hit the coup de grace, won the match. Boom. Finn Balor, demon form, beat Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt is officially a high-class jobber. So the next match we ended up getting after this was the Raw Tag Team Championship match between Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose teaming up once again to take on the tag champs Sheamus and Cesaro. This match, honestly, I expected a little bit more from this match. This match was pretty standard as a tag team match. It wasn't on New Day and Usos level, but it was cool though. I mean, it was cool. I mean, I don't know how to really describe it. I mean, you had Sheamus and Cesaro each dominating both Seth and Dean, and then having them do hot tags and stuff like that. It happened. I mean, the best part of the match was the ending, honestly. The ending, you know, they were setting up for their finisher on Dean. Seth Rollins comes out of nowhere, hits a Hurricanrana, like from the ropes. He jumps from the rope all the way to the turnbuckle, flips Sheamus into Cesaro. Then Sheamus is dead, and then he hits his finisher. I forgot who was legal man, but I believe he hit the finisher on Sheamus. Yes, he did. Hit the finisher on Sheamus, the knee, the wind-up knee. And then Dean Ambrose hit the Dirty Deeds. 1, 2, 3. They are the new Raw Tag Team Champions. And I knew this match was gonna. I knew that they were gonna win because you know Sheamus has got to film a movie, and you know they like to kill off their characters when they're filming a movie. So I knew they were gonna lose, but I honestly wanted Sheamus and Cesaro to retain because it would give a nice story for Dean and Seth to overcome. You know, give them a chasing story where they are chasing after the titles. First, they have to get over the hump of trusting each other. Now they're starting to do that. And now they have to try to win the titles, and it would have been better if they had lost the match and then chase out the titles. I had said it verbatim on my on the SummerSlam predictions videos I did with my friend Zach. Go check it out once again. It was yeah, it was cool. I guess it didn't wow me like the New Day match, but that's just my opinion. So then we got AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens with Shane McMahon as the special guest referee for the United States Championship. This, out of all their matches, has been the best one, but it felt more like a triple threat match. And the reason I say that is because this is a match between Kevin Owens and AJ Styles. And they do this with special guest referees. Whoever the special guest referee is, he has something to do with the storyline, and he's going to get involved. And that's what happened. They showed it a lot in the promos that Shane McMahon says he's going to ruin the match if they mess with him. So they have the match. And it was actually, I actually liked the match. I like this over their match at Backlash, their match at Battleground, god awful pay-per-view, their match at what was the next pay-per-view after that? No, they had a match on SmackDown. It was alright. This match was actually fun to watch. A lot of ooh and ah moments. You know, Kevin Owens, hit AJ Styles with the pop-up powerbomb, and then he kicked out, and then they're yelling at Shane. Shane took a lot of bumps in this match, honestly. He first AJ Styles went for a 450 splash, I believe, and literally Kevin Owens pulled Shane McMahon on top of him just so Shane McMahon can take the move. Shane McMahon's dead. Then another time, Kevin Owens pushes AJ Styles into Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon oversells it, goes out of the rings dead. Then Shane McMahon didn't see it. Kevin Owens had tapped out from the calf killer, and he didn't see that. So then he was mad. He was so angry towards the end of the match. Then there was moments where Shane McMahon got involved, where he pushed AJ Styles into Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens had got the roll up, but AJ got out of it. Vice versa. That didn't work. No. My bad. That was towards the end of the match. So then what had happened after that was Kevin Owens hit another pop-up powerbomb. He hit it on AJ Styles, and then AJ Styles had his foot on the rope, and Shane McMahon saw it. He counted 1, 2, 3, but then looked and saw his foot was on the rope, and he was like, no, his foot was on the rope too. Another funny thing Shane McMahon did, he said 2 for everything. Kevin Owens tapped out, he said 2. AJ Styles had his foot on the rope, he said, no, it's 2. Like, what? No, just say just say he didn't, it didn't happen or something. You don't have to say 2. So he was mad at Shane. This is like honestly a build up, probably to a match between Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon, which I'm not opposed to. So he was talking to him, got in his face. They looked like they was about to go in it. Shane McMahon pushes Kevin Owens with force. AJ Styles rolls him up. And then after he rolls him up, I think Kevin Owens kicked out, but AJ Styles still had hold of him. Put him in the Styles Clash. Boom. 1, 2, 3. AJ Styles retained the U.S. title. Hopefully on SmackDown, because I thought this was going to happen after the match, but it's finally happened on SmackDown. Shelton Benjamin pulls up on AJ Styles, and we get them to have a feud, because I think Kevin Owens is done with the U.S. title. I don't know who he's going to feud with. Probably with Shane McMahon, I think. Probably take him out or do something crazy. So then after that, we got our 2 World Championship matches. The first one being Jinder Mahal, the WWE Champion, the modern-day Maharaja, taking on the King of Strong Style. I'm not going to call him the artist known as the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura, in a WWE Championship match. The match was fine for the time being, but it was really short. But first, let's talk about Shinsuke Nakamura's entrance. He had the violinist come out like he did last year at TakeOver Brooklyn 2. Had the violinist come out, did his thing, and this YouTuber I watch named Wiser Now, check him out, one of the greatest YouTubers of all time. We were in the Discord, and he mentioned that this entrance is like bad because the dude is always off sync, and he's kind of right. Dude was like kind of off sync once he got to the part of doing Nakamura's theme song, and you could just hear the kind of the cuts and stuff. It didn't sound good enough. I feel like they should have recorded it. Or no, that wouldn't work either. Honestly, I don't know. I feel like he didn't need to do the whole violinist thing. We've seen it before multiple times. He did it when he arrived on SmackDown, so it's not like it didn't happen. And then he had the Macho Man jacket, which was fun to watch. And as soon as they were done singing his theme song, they were booing the Bollywood Boys when they had introduced my man, Jinder Mahal. And I knew Jinder was winning because he's wearing gold. Everybody knows if you wear gold in WWE, you have probably the highest chance of winning you have the best chance of winning the match. You mainly, yes, you will win the match for sure, whether it be by DQ, because the New Day wore gold and they won by DQ. No, they won by countout, my bad. Or you actually win the championship or retain, and that's what happened. Now the match, it was cool for what it was, but it was just too short. I feel like it needs to be a little bit longer. Maybe they're gonna give us more length of a match at the next SmackDown pay-per-view, which is Hell in a Cell in October, which doesn't make any sense. So the match happened. It was short for what it was. The ending, the Bollywood Boys got in the match, of course. Nakamura took both of them out with Kinshasas, and then Jinder Mahal hit the Colossal, and Nakamura pinned him for the 1-2-3, and he retained the title. Now, I predicted Jinder was going to win because now you give Nakamura essentially a purpose on SmackDown. Because before this, what was Nakamura's purpose? He was literally on SmackDown. I don't even know what his whole point of being here. Why is Nakamura on the show? What drives him to do what he needs to do? And now he has a reason to do something. He wants to go after Jinder Mahal because he feels like he's cheated now, and we're gonna get another match between them, which would be great. Gives more of a chaser storyline, another reason to get behind Nakamura, because now he has to try to go after that title and try to win it now because he let everybody down. It was cool. I just wish it was more time, but they usually do that with SmackDown World Championship matches. They make them like real short compared to the main event. And now let's get into the main event, the meat and potatoes of this pay-per-view almost, because this match had probably the best build out of all these matches. We had Samoa Joe versus Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Universal Championship match. And this match was lit. Nothing but domination between everybody. We started off with everybody going at it, the majority of things. But the match just picked up once Braun Strowman started destroying Brock Lesnar. He put Brock Lesnar through 2 announce tables, then buried him with another announce table. Then they took Brock Lesnar out, put him on a stretcher. Then everybody's just fighting triple threat style. Everybody's destroying each other until Brock Lesnar no-sells what just happened. Comes back, came in, tackled the crap out of Braun Strowman, beat the crap out of him. Then he put himself in the match. But Brock Lesnar is hurt. Everybody has their moment where you think they're going to win. I had Joe winning this match because it's something different, something new. I feel as though Joe should be champion, but, Vince can never commit to something different except for, Jinder Mahal. But there's a reason behind Mahal winning. It's because they want to get into that Indian market. It's not like he genuinely wanted Mahal to win the championship. Let's be real. So, yeah, the match happened. The ending, oh, my God, the ending was so anticlimactic. So you had Joe. He was setting up for the Coquina Clutch on Brock Lesnar. He put him in there, and then Brock no sells it, hits him with an F5. Right? I'm trying to think how did I think Braun was out of this match because Brock finally put him in a F5 position, and then Reigns speared him or something like that happened. Braun is out of the match completely. I believe that's what happened. If I'm wrong, let me know. So then after that, Roman's just hitting Superman punches, all that crazy stuff. And then I believe he speared Brock, but Brock kind of he shrugged it off. But then eventually later down the road, Brock had hit the F5 on Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns ate the pin. But we all know what's going to happen at WrestleMania, Brock versus Roman, because we can't commit to new talent. So Brock Lesnar retained the Universal Championship, and the reason I say it's very anticlimactic is because they ruined it by letting us know this is not WWE's fault. Well, they need to start, they need to stop doing this crap where, I guess it sells tickets, but it's still dumb. The Barclays Center had announced that Brock Lesnar was going to show up on Raw, and if you didn't know the stipulation behind this, if Brock Lesnar loses this match, Paul Heyman said that they were gonna leave WWE, and I instantly knew. I was like, okay, there's a big chance Brock is gonna win the match. So then there was that. Then apparently Brock Lesnar is he has some dates he has to show up on Raw post SummerSlam, heading into the next Raw pay-per-view, which is No Mercy, and he's booked for No Mercy, and then he's gonna disappear until like WrestleMania or no Royal Rumble. What else happened? And then Barclays Center, like I said, announced that he was gonna show up on Raw. So it was kind of evident that he was gonna win. I thought maybe they were gonna troll us, announce that. Then like they're surprised that Brock lost the match, that they're just gonna show up on Raw, but no. Brock won the match. He's still Universal Champion, and now I don't know what's going on with the World Heavyweight Championship. Like, who can be a #1 contender? I am definitely not trying to see Brock versus Cena again. So yeah, that was SummerSlam. It was alright, I guess. I give it a C-. It was cool, I guess. I feel bad for people that paid like $400 or $500 to sit front row, because it definitely wasn't worth it. I mean, towards the end maybe, but not for the whole show. This was not good. It wasn't that it was terrible, but it wasn't good at the same time, and it wasn't average. It was like, I watched it. It happened. I don't think I'm gonna watch this again. So yeah, that's my thoughts on my bad. That is my thoughts on SummerSlam. It was a C- show. I don't know. You can take it how you want. You know what to do. Like, comment, favorite, subscribe. Follow me on all my social media links down in the description below. I want to get gameplay videos out for you guys, but Elgato and my external hard drive are not working together, so I can't do anything about it. Like, I'm trying to record videos, and then what happens is it freezes up the timer. I call up Elgato support team, and they don't even know what's going on. So I'm literally by myself. So it really sucks that I can't come out with gameplay videos for you guys, because I want to put it on my external hard drive because it's 2 terabytes. That's a lot of space. And I don't know what's going on. As soon as I can fix it, I'm trying to come out with these Crash Bandicoot videos, but I can't even do it because my external hard drive doesn't want to work with Elgato. But I'm rambling now. Thank you for watching. I'm out of here. Peace.